there's lots of support that we can provide there. So for students who are on courses, then we can talk to them about their career progression. So if they've got a particular career in mind, for example, then we can talk about entry routes into that particular career. We can also help with employability skills. So if somebody's looking to develop a CV or complete an application form, then we can support and provide advice with those kinds of skills as well. So quite a wide range of support, really, we can provide here.
Yeah, we can help with developing your CV, interview techniques, helping with job applications. We can help with job search. And we're not a job shop, but we can certainly help you with job search strategies as well. A big thing that we advise on, and I know there was a session yesterday about funding, but a big thing we advise on is the Advanced Learner Loan for many level 3 courses. The ways to, as I was referring to at the start, we have drop-in careers hubs at each campus. So we're usually available at certain points in the day. So certainly at lunchtime, mid-morning and mid-afternoon, we tend to be available. We also have plenty of online support. So you can contact us by email. We can carry out interviews over Microsoft Teams. So we can do it remotely whilst you're at home. The main way to contact us, and it's the easiest way to remember, is contacting the main number that's on the college website, the 03333 222 444, and they will put you through to an advisor who can speak to you, usually there and then.
Brilliant, thanks both. It's really good to know that our service is available to students at any campus as well, and they can just pop in or get in touch by phone or email or make an appointment. The next question really is just in terms of, especially adult learners, quite often they might already be in a job, or they might want a change of career, or they might already be in a job, want to get on the, the next level up. Or they could be, out of employment and just wanting to take that next step. But do you have any tips for people that are wanting to progress their career and, better themselves overall?
I'd say one of the things that is really important is just to do some research into the different options and the different things that are available. And there's loads of different ways that you can do that. So if there's a particular sector that you're interested in, so say for example you want to get a job working in the health service, then you could use health careers, where you can look at there's lots of different articles, there's lots of videos and films. It gives you a day in the life of someone who works as a nurse or a healthcare assistant. So do your research really, and there's loads of interesting ways to do your research, lots of varied ways to do that. And the same goes if you're thinking about progression into higher education. Using websites like UCAS just to see what's available and what's out there is a really good thing, because you can start to figure out what the entry requirements are, and you develop those research skills that are going to be important if you're looking to really progress and move into a new area. So definitely developing those research skills and using those resources would be something that I would recommend. Do
you have any tips, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, Jenny's mentioned some really good points there about doing your research. And again, it's something we can help you with. A really good website actually is the National Careers Service, and they have a section on their website. I've written down the name of it here. It's the skills assessment. So if, like we were saying, Lindsay, if somebody isn't sure about what they want to do, doing that skills assessment, it's a series of questions. It's about 50 questions, so it takes sort of 10 minutes to do. And it can come up with suggested career paths that you may not initially have thought of. And the really good thing about the Manchester College is that we offer such a wide range of courses. and as I've mentioned before, the levels. So we teach right from entry level up to higher education. So potentially you can follow a path with us over a number of years, whether it be full-time or part-time, and potentially you could completely change what you're doing. English and maths need not be a barrier. You know, we offer training in English and maths, again, right from entry level up to level 2 or GCSE level. We also offer, again, like you were saying, Lindsay, people currently working. So somebody may have started a job, they may have certain skills that they've developed in that job, but they want them to be recognised externally to the organisation that they're working in. So again, at the Manchester College, we offer a number of professional courses. You know, we've got accounting, we've got marketing, we've got purchasing and supply. So they tend to be for people in jobs, but they're wanting to perhaps progress their career and learn more about their profession. So as I said, there's so much choice here at the college, and that's why you know, we're here. That's why we're such a big team, an important team in the college to help every applicant to make sure that they're on the right course.
Yeah, I think that's a really valid point as well, because there's lots of different courses and lots of different options, you know, full-time, part-time, doing something alongside your job that you've already got, as you say. And I think that's why, you know, it's like I say, your team's really crucial in helping people kind of navigate, you know, to get that career that they want, or you know, to have that change or just progress in what they're already working in. So yeah, I think that's really great that, you know, we've got that resource within the college, and you're always obviously happy to help with any questions people have got. Quite a common question that gets asked, and obviously, you know, this can happen. What if someone decided to start a course and decided it wasn't for them? What would they do?
Well, we can help with that. Yeah, it is possible to change courses, and the key thing really is to come and speak to us earlier, you know, sooner rather than later, because it is easier to change course towards the start than towards the middle or the end. So as you say, Lindsay, it does happen. But hopefully part of what Jenny and myself have said about the importance of making use of us, making use of the resources that we can signpost you to, it's you know, the key thing is trying to make sure that you're on the right course, that you've considered, as I say, your rationale for choosing what you're spending your time doing. That's why we're so accessible. So if somebody does realize they're on the wrong course, then we can usually speak to you there and then on campus, or it might involve a phone call to a different campus, but we can usually react very swiftly. So as I say, the key is to make us aware.
Oh, sorry, I think we've lost Michael there for a second. Do you want to just continue what he was saying, Jennifer? Just in
Yeah,
terms
sure.
of
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would. Michael made a great point when he talked about it's a good idea. Hopefully you will get in a situation, you'll do your research, and you'll contact one of the careers and welfare team before, get some advice before you decide on a course. But you know, if you decide that you're on the wrong course, then come and speak to us, speak to your tutor, discuss what it is about the course that you don't like, because that's important as well, thinking about some of the what is it that you don't like about the course, and we can help you either move on to something new, or there may be another option somewhere else. One of the things that I always say with our careers and welfare team is that although we love learners to come to the Manchester College, we offer impartial advice as well. And I think that's really important, because as career professionals, we'll make sure that the advice that we're offering you is the right advice for you and your circumstances as well. So it might be that you've decided that the course isn't for you or the college isn't for you for some reason. And if that is the case, then we'll always provide you advice which is in your best interest.
I think that's really positive as well, is that, you know, you're looking after people's, you know, you're concerned about them. It's not just about that they stay in the college and that it's right for them. So it's really important that once somebody's here, you know, they're happy in what they're doing. So whether that means a change of course or a change of college, I think, you know, it's great to have you there as a resource and somebody to kind of confide in over any worries or concerns that they might have. Great, so we'll move on to the next question, and welcome back, Michael. So we seem to have lots of technical issues tonight.
I know.
So will students be able to speak to somebody one-on-one about their career, and how would they go about this?
Definitely, yeah. There's loads of different ways that you can do it. As Michael said at the beginning, we've got the Careers and Welfare Hub. So if you're an adult learner and you're thinking, I really would like to speak to someone before I make a decision on a course, then you can email us. We've got staff who staff that email box all the time, basically. So we'll respond to you in that way. And we often get people who contact us via the Careers and Welfare inbox, and they'll say, I'm thinking about this option. Would it be possible to book you in for an appointment? And then we can invite you in on campus and book you in for a time where you can discuss that. Yeah.
Anything to add there, Michael?
Yeah, that's right, Jenny. I mean, yeah, I was going to say sometimes just corresponding via email. So, you know, sometimes we send 2, 3, 4 emails back and forth, and then it becomes easier either to have a telephone conversation, or, as I say, we can sometimes do it over Microsoft Teams. So we've sort of got the virtual face-to-face, which can help. And we can also share resources over Microsoft Teams. You know, we can show the information that we're looking at as if we're in the same room. So yeah, as Jenny was saying, we've got our careers and welfare at tmc.ac.uk email, and then, as I say, the main college number, the administration team will put you through if there's somebody available on campus, or in one of our teams who's working remotely. Then we can quite often speak to you there and then. And again, as Jenny was saying, if we can book you in for a face-to-face on-campus appointment, and again, you can do that by contacting the main college number, and they have access to our calendars on each of the sites. So, as I say, it is quite easy to book yourself in for an appointment.
Yeah, and I think I definitely encourage anybody that's applying and has got any questions, you know, if they're not sure what course is quite right for them, that, you know, to get in touch with you, because it does sound really easy and you're always kind of available, someone there to answer any questions via email or phone. The next question I'll just move on to, and this will be our last question of the night for the panel, and then we'll move on to questions from the audience. So quite a few people are aware that there are some free courses for adults. Can you tell us a bit more about these and what options there are?
Yep.
So we both like
there is
wanting to get in there.
There is the yes. So there is a new government scheme, the National Skills Fund, which is, as it says, it's a national scheme, and it tends to be for level 3 courses. So courses including access courses, which tend to be quite popular for adults. There is the main way to find that information is from the gov.uk website, and I don't know if Christian is able to put the link to that particular page, because what it does is, it's a really good website, but it sort of separates the courses from the providers, including ourselves at the Manchester College. So if you have a particular course in mind, the best way is to search for the course, and then you will be able to search for the providers of that course. And as I say, with the Manchester College being such a big college, we are offering many of those courses under that fund.
That's fantastic. It sounds like a really good scheme,
Do you have
actually.
anything to?
I've heard about it myself.
Yeah,
I think it's great for, people that haven't already got an equivalent level 3 qualification. I know there's the adult education budget as well that some people will be eligible for, but I think the National Skills Fund is great for anyone that doesn't fall in that category, and that's 24 and over as well. Have you got anything to add to that, Jennifer?
Yeah, I was just going to say, as well as the courses that are funded by the National Skills Fund, which I would say if you're interested in those courses as well as looking at the website, maybe come and ask us those questions, because as the next couple of months go on, we'll have all of that information finalised for students who are going to be joining us. But as well as those courses, there are some kind of basics. So say if you wanted to do an ESOL course with an English course with the Manchester College, then a lot of those courses will be free. So we'll be able to look at your individual circumstances. Generally, we'll take into account your level of qualification at the moment and your income, whether if you're claiming benefits, for example, if you're on a low income, then often those courses will be funded as well. So it's worth just asking us the question, and we can always look into that for you. Just a note on that as well, but on the college website, if you're looking at a course and you're looking at the entry requirements, there's a section on each course page which says fees, finance and funding. So on there, it will give you an idea of whether the course is funded or whether it's a course that you have to pay for, because some courses you will have to pay for, some shorter courses, maybe some of the professional courses, but for a lot of the other courses, we can look at your individual circumstances and your level of qualification. So.
Brilliant, thank you. So I've actually had a couple of questions. I think there's one in the chat box and one in the Q&A. So I'm just going to pass to Christian, who's going to talk through some of the questions we've had from the audience.
Yeah, thanks guys, really interesting chat. The first question we've had come through is from Mike. He's asking about if there's any support to assist with transport and materials that are involved in the course that you might want to study.
Potentially there is support towards travel to and from college to attend course, to attend your course. And again, as Jenny was saying, that would be based on your income, so that information would be discussed at enrolment. In terms of help towards materials for courses, Jenny, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there is a great deal of support for adults courses from materials.
Yeah, I think from last year, there was a bit of a change in policy that there used to be support available. For example, if you were doing like a hairdressing and beauty course, then we could provide funding for that. Well, that has changed a bit for adults now. But it is worth just speaking to us, because if there isn't anything available through the college itself, then we can see whether we can provide you with any charities or other organisations. I know last year some students were able to apply for funding for their kits through a local charity. So it's worth checking with us, and we can, if we've got any resources, then we'll pass those on and we'll help you find something. But I think it's important to say it's not guaranteed, but we'll do everything we can to try and help you find something if that funding for course materials is going to be an issue.
Of course, fantastic. Thank you both. Next question we've had is from Fatima. Quite a specific question about an access course. Basically, they did 4 GCSEs this year, maths, English, biology and chemistry, expecting grades being above, and they'd like to know if they can do sort of a medicine access course. Do they need any more GCSEs or any more qualifications? It might be one for course inquiries, but I'll see if you guys can could tackle that one.
Yeah, I don't, off the top of my head, I can't say 100% whether that would meet the entry requirements of the course. I don't know. What do you think, Michael?
I mean, it's something, yeah, like you say, Jenny, we'd have to look at the detail of that. I think the crucial thing to remember with the access course is, particularly access to medicine, is the reason that the entry requirements are quite specific for that course is that the entry requirements at university are specific. So I mean, I think we're requiring a minimum of grade 6 in English and maths, and then I can't remember the details of the science, but the main advice that or the initial advice that I always give to students who are keen to study the Access to Medicine course is to carry out detailed research into the university courses that they plan to apply to after the Access course, because our entry requirements are reflective of many university medicine degrees, but the applicant needs to make themselves aware of the detailed entry requirements at university. And again, that's something that we can help with. You know, it's something that we can speak to applicants about at this stage before they embark on the Access course.
Fantastic, that's great. Thanks. I appreciate I put you both on the spot a bit there. So I'll just drop a message into the chat about to Fatima to say, you know, can speak to our course inquiries team for a bit more information, just to check on exactly what they require. So fantastic.
I think it's, I mean, that just highlights why research is so important. You know, if you're thinking about something specific, then really, you know, I was going to say drill down into, no, that's not the right phrase to use, but you know what I mean? just really find out what the entry requirements are so that you're not disappointed.
Yeah.
And you do that.
Fantastic, lovely. Okay, got a couple of other questions to go through. So first one, I think we've touched on it a bit earlier on, but someone saying, I'm not sure what course is right for me. Can you help me with that sort of advice and guidance? I think you have touched on it a bit already, but if you could just reiterate that point.
Yeah, yes, I mean, as we were sort of saying towards the start of this evening's discussion, we are here for you right from the stage that you're at where you're thinking of coming to the college. So we, in the ways that we've mentioned, you can contact us and we can spend dedicated time with you discussing your ideas. And if there are appropriate courses at the Manchester College, we will talk to you about those. But we do provide an impartial service, so we will help you to consider other providers as well if there is a more appropriate course for you elsewhere. So yeah, that's certainly something that we can help with.
Fantastic. And at the sort of opposite end of that, the opposite scale, once you've completed your course, I had a question about what help is this you know, to help someone find a job once they've completed that course and then, you know, go out the other end, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's one of the things that we work with learners on, really, because it's a key part of what the college is about. We don't just do courses, do we? We do courses with that help hopefully enable people to go on into their chosen career. So it really is a big part of our kind of college policy and strategy. So on a practical level, if once you finished a course and you've got an idea of the type of work, if it's related to the course that you've been doing, hopefully, then we can talk to you about how to develop your employability skills. So we might provide some feedback on your CV. We might help you develop a LinkedIn profile that really catches the eye of an employer. We might recommend some reliable resources to search for jobs as well. So things that will really help focus your job search on, you know, getting the best out of your job search as well. So we can provide advice on all those things. We don't search for jobs for people, but hopefully with the advice that we provide, then we'll empower you to be able to have the resources to search for the job that you're looking for instead.
Fantastic, lovely. And you've touched on it a little bit there, but do we offer specific workshops for sort of things like CVs? That's one of the questions we've had through. Are there specific workshops that we do with students, on CVs and that kind of thing?
We do a number of workshops for different courses, really. So we can certainly, we have offered CV workshops for groups of courses. So that giving the basic information about what to include in a CV, keywords to include, the layout of the CV, but we tend to find through experience that the best way to help an individual is by looking at an individual's CV and speaking to them about their experience and how best to articulate that through a CV, and as Jenny was saying, possibly through a LinkedIn profile as well. So although we do, where appropriate, we would offer workshops for groups of students, we tend to find that the most effective way is through individual advice.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks both. Okay, and one question we've had about English, sort of, and speaking English. One person says, I don't speak very good English. What are my options in terms of studying an adult course at Manchester College?
Okay, so if English isn't your first language, then we offer ESOL courses, so English for speakers of other languages. So we offer those courses for adult learners at the St John's campus and the Openshaw campus are the main campuses that do. I think that's right, isn't it, Michael?
I think
we
that's
do the
right, yeah.
ESOL courses there. So we offer those at starting from entry 1, which is the basic level that we offer. Then we go up to entry 2, entry 3, then level 1, and then at that point, a student can then consider moving on to either functional skills or move on into like a curriculum area. So they might choose a construction course or health and social care or something like that. So if someone's interested in one of the ESOL courses, we do have more information on the website about them, but we do have lots of English learners, adult ESOL learners at the college.
Yeah, and I think like you mentioned there, I think one of the good things about those ESOL courses is it's not just the end point, is it? You go on from there, and you can go on to one of our our general curriculum adult courses once you've developed those skills.
Definitely, we've had loads of learners. Some learners have been at the college for a number of years. Really, they started off at you see them, you meet them at entry 1, and then they've improved their English so much that they're doing an access course or something like that. So it's possible to do that, and we do have learners who do that. So I would encourage, if you want to improve your English, it's the most important thing really to do that, and it's a good basis then for future learning. And
is that support available? I mean, obviously it's slightly different, but for someone that English is a first language, but they maybe haven't got their GCSEs, or they haven't, they've struggled at that level, and they feel like they need to come back and get the GCSEs. Is there support available for that as well?
Yeah, again, that is something that we can offer. What we tend to do is we would do an assessment to check your current level of English and make sure that we're putting you on the right course. So the top level of English that we offer is GCSE, and it would be possible also to study towards GCSE maths if that's something that that you don't have. So yeah, again, the same possibilities are there for people whose first language is English, but they want to improve their skills in order to move on.
And with those two, would you study them alongside your you'd enroll on an adult course? Would you do it alongside an adult course, or do you have to do those first before you go onto an adult course?
I think it would depend on the results of the assessment.
Okay.
Because part of that is checking that the applicant will be able to you know, to cope, I suppose, with the content of a subject that's taught in English and sometimes in technical English. So
fantastic. Okay, lovely. I think that's all the questions we've had this evening. So thanks both for that. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
it's okay. Thank you.
So we'll just wrap up towards the end of the event. Christian's going to drop into the chat box a link to obviously the drop-in sessions that are taking place after this, if people do want to have a bit more of a chat with you one-to-one. And we've also got some access to HE Q&A sessions as well. So especially for Fatima, for that question she had about the course, it might be worthwhile joining the sessions at 7, and I think there's 7 and 7:20 tonight. So Christian will put a link to that in the chat as well if you want to join that. Just want to say thanks to everyone who's attended the event this evening, and thanks to Jennifer and Michael for joining us. As I mentioned, we've got Q&A drop-in sessions after this that you can join if you'd like to. And then if you'd like to apply to the Manchester College for 2021, for September will be our next intake, please visit our website at tmc.ac.uk. And if you go to /adults, you can find our particular adult provision there and apply to courses from there as well. As I mentioned, Christian's going to put all this information in the chat box. We do hope you've had a lovely evening, and want to thank you again for joining us. And thanks very much to our panelists. It's been a really informative event.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
thank you.
Bye.